Now, time for Fox Carolina weather. Weather Rate certified most accurate local forecast.
Welcome back. We are only a few short hours away from Easter Sunday, and I want to get over to meteorologist Ben Dornbach, who's been breaking all of this down for us. So, Ben, I know that you said our Easter is going to be looking a little bit dreary, but go through for me. What is it going to look like kind of towards the beginning of our day?
Honestly, the beginning part of the day is probably your best part of the day. So that should match up pretty well with any Easter festivities, services, drive-up services, things like that. It's really not until toward the end of the day into more the overnight into early Monday morning in a nutshell. And during the afternoon, the highest threat of severe weather will be much farther to our southwest over Mississippi and Alabama. As you can see, that threat goes down as you move farther east, as those storms will likely be in existence for several hours by the time they get to the western Carolinas, northeast Georgia. So in terms of our viewing area, slight risk out by the Storm Prediction Center for most of the mountains in the upstate. That's a level 2 out of 5, with our westernmost areas at an enhanced risk, which is 3 out of 5, which makes sense because those storms will be coming from that direction. So they'll get on the receiving end of them as they're going to be the freshest at that point. In addition to severe weather, we have an excessive rain risk, a moderate risk for most of the mountains, mainly southern facing slopes and areas north of 85 in the upstate. So 3 out of 4 on the scale in terms of flood risk for our Sunday, and localized flooding is also possible elsewhere. And that matches up with what we're expecting rain total wise. 2 to 4 inches widespread of rain expected in the mountains. That could also cause not only flooding, but in addition to that, possibly debris flow in some of those areas. Not quite as much rain along and south of I-85. So flooding is a threat. Our highest threat, though, looking at all of our impacts, is high winds. So straight line winds going to be the main threat. We also have that microburst threat. We also have a very non-zero threat for tornadoes, flooding, and a much lower risk of hail. So any modes of severe weather are on the table when it comes to this system that's likely to impact the area tomorrow night. So here's the bottom line. We have on and off heavy rain about noon onward, and then through Sunday evening, we'll see that continue periodically, and then severe storms are likeliest from after midnight through 7 a.m. Sunday night into Monday morning. So here's our weather setup. We have high pressure centered just off the coast of the mid-Atlantic states. That's bringing in some cooler air, and that's what's going to keep us from getting too much severe activity during the day tomorrow. Highs are only expected to be in the lower and middle 60s, so that's not exactly prime for severe weather, but that's going to be on the north side of a warm front, which is still percolating over Texas. What's going to happen is this is going to progress to the northeast, and once it pushes north of our area, that's going to put us in what's called the warm sector, and that's what's going to get warmer air steadily flowing into our area. But it's also going to make our wind profile such that it is going to be very easy to make a thunderstorm rotate, which is what gives that potential for straight line winds in addition to those spin up tornadoes. So let's time it out on Futurecast. As I said, really nothing doing during the morning. So morning Easter services, you'll be fine. Clouds will be building in throughout the morning, and as you can see, showers begin developing at noon. So it's not going to all hit at once. This is definitely going to be a gradual process throughout the day. More widespread showers, some pockets of heavy rain during the later part of the afternoon, some breaks in the action, a good possibility as well. More bands of heavy rain during the late evening. So it's really, as the day progresses, conditions are likely to get worse, but it's really around 11 o'clock when our westernmost areas start to get in on the main line of thunderstorms, and then it pushes through the rest of our area after midnight. So after midnight, that's when we're expecting the main line of severe thunderstorms to move through. So that's why it's really important you have a way of being alerted with severe weather while you're asleep. Sunday planner looks like this. 40s to start the day. Just a small chance for rain during the first half, but a good chance in the afternoon with highs in the lower and middle 60s. So not a great Easter Sunday. And with the main severe weather threat happening during the overnight, I rated it a 3 out of 10. Normally, if this were during the day, I'd probably rate it a 1 or a 2, but the overnight threat is going to be menacing. So that's why, again, it's really important that you have a way of getting alerts. And looking at your 7-day, just to get rid of those thunderstorms Monday morning, but after that, we're smooth sailing, a bit breezy as well. Mid 70s to low 80s expected, and then an overall quiet forecast, some cooling patterns by midweek, but we should be back in the 70s by Friday into Saturday. And of course, it's really important you download that Fox Carolina News app where you can get weather alerts sent to your mobile device while you are sleeping. Shale?